bonus video, um, handling life as a trans person. So, I think that, especially when you're first transitioning, there can be like so much stress and so much pressure to fit in and to do things in certain ways that you see other people in the community doing, or to hyper focus on trying to change yourself and to become less like the old version of you. um, I think that's really important, um, to understand that you know there's nothing wrong with the old version of you. um, as much as it might make you uncomfortable, as much as it might be something that's really hard for you to handle. Um, I think that it doesn't have to be the thing that defines you, and you can be perfectly fine and a good person, how you are, and still just be miserable, you know? And that's the thing that was really hard for me to understand and to accept, you know, because I felt so uncomfortable my whole life trying to fit into other people's expectations and to do things that didn't really bring me joy, but made the other people in my life happy. um, that I kind of forgot how to love myself. um, and I had internalized so much about what everyone else said about me, and all of that pain and that uncomfortableness for years with you know like, I don't want to be that person. But at the end of the day, it was like there was nothing wrong with that pain, that person. They were just suffering, like really going through a lot of pain. And the things that I did to try and deal with that pain, you know, when people are hurt, they do really silly things. And I just had to learn how to love my old self, even though I love my new self so much more. And I think that's really the message that I want to put out there, is like, it's okay to not like things about yourself and to want to change them and to go more towards other things. But it's about loving those things more, not hating your old self more. you know and I think as long as you're coming from a place where you're loving the things that you love and doing it unashamedly and just being 100% you with it, that's some of the most beautiful, shadow work and like soul searching and like meaningful moments that I've ever had myself. And it's like I still like some things that I did before I transitioned, and that's okay. I don't have to turn all of that off. But I also want to make room for the things in my life that I like more, and that I've now been able to have a chance to explore and spend the time with, and to build those habits, and you know like start to find things that bring out like the inner child in me, and just like let me feel safe and vulnerable and comfortable in my own body. And so that's been a really cool process for me. And I just really do believe that it all comes from a place of going back and loving yourself, and understanding that you know realistically, if we were in a world where we could get access to the care that we needed, a lot of that pain and suffering could have been avoided. And, I really am an advocate for trans healthcare and for life-saving, intervention, um, even with children. I think that kids are able to make the decision like, hey, I want to at least like think about this for a little bit, and they don't even start them on hormones until they're like 16, which I really feel like we should start kids on hormones when they actually would be going through puberty. Um, but that's just my hot take. Take it for what it is. It's just like a huge thing to be able to go through those huge life changes with a peer group that understands. Um, but, you know, I really do believe that we are getting closer and closer to a more inclusive world every day. And I hope that this is just, a tiny drop in that bucket. So thank you for spending your time and watching this. And remember that you are love and you are light and you are full of unlimited possibilities. And anything that you dream, you can make come true. So much love, always. I'll see you next time.